This is a Pitaiyo class. This class combines Pilates, Tai Chi, and yoga. You're going to need a strap and 2 blocks for this class. I find it necessary to do this workout right now. I've taken on a new job. It has me sitting a lot. So this week I'm gonna put my foot down and not sit as much and get away from that. I can feel my back is tight and my abs are weak. So the best way I've found to relieve back pain is to work your abdominal muscles. So we're gonna get a good stretch and get on with the day with this workout. Let's get started. On your mat, on your back, that's how we start every Pitaiyo class. In Savasana, get a nice long body stretch. Reach your fingers and toes. Go really long, really long. The spine loves to be elongated. Knees in towards the chest. See, my back is tight. This is a good indicator. The farther your knees are away, and the closer they come together, it's indicative of how your back feels, how healthy your back feels. So it's hard for me to pull my knees together. A little bit of discomfort. Quick little stretch. Knees to one side. This is when I hope to hear a little pop, little self-alignment. Not too much there, but we'll get it in a minute. Pull one knee in towards your chest. Roll the ankle around 3 circles. And the other direction. Give the knee a good pull towards the armpit and then the other armpit. Come back to center. Get your strap. Sole of the foot. Notice my head is down and my arms are long. Good pull on that leg. I'm not tense in my arms. I don't want to have any tension. I want to stay nice and long. Reach up high in the strap with the right hand. Float your left leg across the body over to the side. Notice I have my yoga mats in a plus symbol. It just makes it nice so I don't need to keep moving my mat. Now, if you watch the top of my hip, it's towards my face. So I'm going to manipulate and push it away to get a deep stretch. Bend the knee, return to center. Other side, same thing. Knee comes in. Roll the ankle. A couple circles. Extend the other leg. Bring that knee in. Take it across. Come back to center. Notice I bend my other leg. That's because when the hamstring is tight, when you elongate, it shifts. You can't focus on the muscles that you need to. Toes towards the face, arms nice and long. Head, neck, shoulders, everything relaxed. Take this leg across the body. Once again, once it gets there, see how my hip is rolled towards my face? I want to, in my head, tell my hip to go away from me to get a good opening from the hip joint, hamstring. See if you can send your fingers down the opposite arm, send your eye gaze down those fingers. Notice the big spinal rotation. There's not much rotation in the sacrum, but I've got my lumbar and thoracic and my cervical rotating. Head the center, bend the knee, bring your knees in towards the chest. See if you can bring your knees in a little bit closer together. Feet go down. Start with some basic crunches to warm the core. Elbows out to the sides, fingers cradling the head. Eye gaze goes to the knees and then down, into the knees and down. I'm not going to put my head all the way down because I don't want to recruit my cervical spine muscles. I just want to isolate my upper abdominals. So I'll just stay here versus going all the way down, all the way up. Even though it's 4 inches, I like to keep my cervical spine in a flexion. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs in tabletop. Now add rotation. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here. Go for the long leg. See if you can reach for that leg. And just hold. Exhale to recruit the abdominals. Switch. 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 So I have some nice support on the back of my head, so I'm not straightening my neck, so I can really focus on my abs. It stinks sometimes when you're working your abs and you feel your neck. So counterproductive. 10 of these. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A few drawbridges. Head goes down. Drag your heels, go to your diagonal. Point your toes to lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish with the crunches we started with. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock up and over. Up and over, hang like a rag doll. If you don't touch the floor, get your blocks. Let the head hang, let the body fold in half. So I just like to check in, see where I am here, see if I can go lower. I can take my blocks on the flat side. And then from here, soften your knees and slowly round your spine up, coming all the way up into your yoga tadasana pose, mountain pose. So be mindful of tucking the tailbone slightly so you're not shifting the pelvis. You want to keep that tailbone tucked, keep the abdominals tight. Arms out to the sides, eye gaze out in front of you. Inhale the arms up, go for a nice side bend. And when you side bend, take one hand to the hip for support, reach up tall, and then go for the bend. Other side, same thing. Reach up tall, and then go for the bend. One more time, both sides. Reach up tall, keep that elongation of the spine. Reach nice and tall. Other side. Widen your stance into your horse stance for Qigong. In Qigong, the legs go from hip distance nice and wide. My favorite is teacup. And since my husband isn't here to say don't do teacup, I can do teacup. Inhale. Exhale, get your breath. How long has it been since you took a really long deep breath? Deep breath in. Exhale. Chi. Right around the midsection, torso, turn one foot, take your chi to that side. This is called teacup. I keep the palm of my hand up and I take it all the way around my body. I'll do 2 more on this side. Palm is up. Last one for 3. Shift your chi, chi being in my hands, chi being energy, to the right side. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center, a nice V Qigong. Stretch out your pecs, squeeze your glutes to protect the back, and then stretch out your back. Looks like you're diving off the side of a pool. And then stand nice and tall, warm your legs. Eye gaze goes forward. Warm the legs by squatting down as low as you can. Weight in the heels, you should be able to wiggle your toes if you're doing this correctly. 1 more, V. V in front, V for the back. Stand tall and lower. Stand tall, yoga balance. Let's do a nice cross leg stretch. Cross your leg like you're sitting in a chair and then have a seat. Tendency is to go really low, but when you go really low, too low, you shift forward. You want to try to keep your weight down and your heel, your butt down, your back, and your head nice and flat versus something sliding off your head. I'm just going to go a little bit lower, see if I can check in with my hip. Now let's go into a king dancer from here. Just stick with the balance. Same side, just come up, grab that ankle for a quadricep. Find your drishti, that means an eye gaze. Find that point that you're going to stare down, stare at it really hard. Don't take your eyes off it. Don't take your mind off it. And you'll have balance. Other side, same thing. Cross your leg, have a seat. Have a seat. Check in with your hips, see how they feel, one side versus the other. Again, check in. Weight is in the heel of my foot. I'm sitting back like I'm sitting in a chair. I have a book on my head versus going lower, but transitioning the weight forward. Uncross. Grab the ankle, go for your Narahasana, your King Dancer. Reach, reach. So I'm thinking about my knee. It needs to stay in line with the hip. It's very easy to kick it out to the side, but try to keep it in line with the hip. And bring it up for Tai Chi. I had a dream about Tai Chi. Haven't done it in a while. Horrible. Shift Chi. Open door with stretches. So I open the door. I pretend I'm going to sort of slowly kick the door and open the door with my hand. And then I open my hips. Everything faces the same direction. Shoulders, hips. Rock back, traditional Tai Chi. Give me a few rocks. So I rock back. I rock forward. I rock back. And then turn it to finish. Your back foot comes in. It's like you're picking up a huge pile of leaves. Take the leaves above your head. Then bring your leaves in towards your belly. Put your leaves in the hand. Open the door. Arms east-west. Rocking. 1, 2, 3, back foot, lift, lower, shift, open, rock, rock. Shifting, stepping, opening, rocking back. 1, 2, 3 to finish. Turn all 10 toes forward. Now we have the other direction. Back foot comes in, gather chi. This big pile of leaves. Lower shift. So holding here. Notice in my mind I have this line that goes all the way through. I'm not leaning back. Bend your supportive leg so you can actually lift the other knee high and you can get the leg extension. Heel toe. Open. Rock. Go as low as you feel comfortable. Back foot. Gather. You have to know that you're going to feel like $1,000,000 when this is all said and done. It's a great stretching, working every muscle that this sequencing does. Shift, open, last one to the top of the mat, and then we go right into 10 sun salutations. 10. 10's a good number. You can work on your strength. Check in with your strength. Side bend. Side bend. We'll also recruit a little bit of side body today. Go into your fold. My back is tight, so I'm really bending my knees to protect my back. Come into a flat back. I want to think about engaging. It's called your Mula Bandha, and your Mula Bandha is like the pelvic floor area. So you want to think about tightening that area. Flat back, go into your fold. Step the legs back. Elbows in, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Little baby cobra. Squeeze in between the shoulder blades. Heels in line with your hips, not too wide. Toes in line with your hips also. And I'm just going to go here for my first one. And then I'll press back into a child's pose. And I'm easing into these. Tabletop, where I'm dropping my ego, right? We're on video. It might look cool to go into this amazing sun sal, but that's not good for me. Stretch out the spine. Stretch out the spine the other side. We're still in our first sun sal. Come back to center, toes, tuck, downward facing dog. Take a giant step with your left foot, right foot comes forward. Come into that flat back. Bend the knees if you want to protect your spine like me. Number 2 of 10. Add that side bend. Come back to center, fold, flat, step back, right then left. Lower through your chaturanga, elbows in the sides. Inhale, lengthen, little baby cobra, maybe a little higher. Checking in with my back, seeing how it feels. Feels okay. Tuck back downward, facing dog. I'm going to alternate my knees now. It's called walking the dog or pedaling the feet. Last time I stepped my left foot forward. This time I'll step my right foot forward so I can alternate my lunges and stretch my legs equally. Back foot comes in. Feeling good. Flat back. So glad I'm doing this morning. Number 3 right here. Swan dive. Number 3. Flat back. Fold. Step or jump. Lower down through your chaturanga dandasana. Inhale to lengthen. Baby cobra to fuller. My back leg's upward dog, so my thighs are off the mat. Tuck back into your downward facing dog. Now I can still feel tightness on my back, so I'm going to add to this sun salutation. Left foot comes forward this time. I'm going to add a little rotation. Sometimes when we feel back pain, it's actually coming from the hips because everything's somewhat connected. One thing locks up, it locks up another. All right, my left foot is forward, nice spinal twist. Right foot comes forward. Number 4, flat back. Bend the knees, reverse that swan dive. Side bend, side bend. Step or jump. One thing about working out is you have this great feeling of accomplishment to start the day. It's a great feeling. You feel loose in your body. You feel good in your head. Right foot comes forward. Nice runner's lunge. You can take a knee if you want to. Go for that twist. I'm going to stay a little bit lifted. Back foot comes in. Finish. We're going on to number 5 now. Then my flat back. My back isn't ready to come up from here. So I'll bend my knees so I can maintain a flat back. Side bend. Number 5. Swan dive. Fold. Step or jump. Lower. Let's add to this, huh? One leg in the sky. A lot of people, when they add their leg in the sky, they quickly open up. Don't open up. Don't be so quick to do that. Keep that heel in line with your hip. You feel an amazing stretch on one side. Left foot comes forward. Lunge. Open up. Maybe add the hand. Checking that you're not sinking into the supported hand. You want to kind of push away from the mat versus sinking into the shoulder joint. Getting more limber. I can feel it with every single one. Number 6. Swan dive. Step. Lower. Lengthen. Exhale, press back. Go for that 3-legged dog. So now my left leg stays down, right leg goes up, my right heel in line with the hip. Arms nice and long. Huge stretch in that left leg. Knee comes forward. Open up. You can take a knee. I'm going to open up a little bit more. Breathe in. Number 7. Number 7 on our sun cell. 7 of 10. Flat back, I'm bending my knees. Notice my back stays nice and straight. I don't compromise my back by rounding it as I come up. You see that a lot in beginners. They're just not sure what to do with their back in these. Keep the spine long. Your spine likes to do things in its nice, comfortable vertebral condition. Knee to nose. Open up. Take a knee this time. Off the knee. Lift up. Come back center. 8, 9, 10. My back is flat. Flat here. Bend the knees. I can use my nice flat back to come up. 8, 9, 10. Side bend. Side bend. Elbows grazing sides. Lengthen. And back. Left leg goes in the sky this time. I focus on that right hamstring stretch. I feel it in my calf, all the way to the heel. I bring it forward. Little knee to nose. Knee to nose, that's a check-in with my core. Make sure I still have my core strength. Bring it in. 9, 10 coming up. So I fold. Notice I come into a flat back, or I try to go into a flat back. My back's too tight to go with my fingertips on the ground. So hands to shins. I bend the knees to protect my back. And come all the way up, side bent. Side bend, 9 and 10. 9 and 10, sun sound 9 and 10. So just 2 more to go. Inhale the arms up. Hinge from the hips, swan dive. Back stays straight. If you need to bend the knees to protect the back, do that. But don't compromise the back and hurt your back by bending at the back. All right, here we go. We're gonna do a little lizard in here. So the right leg comes in the sky. Give me a knee to nose. Send the foot down. Left foot goes down. Reach back for the left foot. So a little lizard on this side. Big quad stretch. If you can't grab your foot, get a strap and lasso your foot. We'll go 3-legged, then step it in. Okay, for that lunge that we did. All right, so here we go. 3-legged, tuck the toes, runner's lunge. Right leg goes back in the sky. Big step. Step the left foot in. Finishing up, we have one more. Number 10, side bend. Swan dive. Fold. Step or jump. Easing down. Inhale to lift. Going back. Left leg in the sky this time. Knee to nose on the way in. Check in. Can you touch it? You still have it. Take it to the knee. Go for your lizard. Reach back. A lot of times the shoulders and hips are down, but try to open up. Try to stack that shoulder up to the ceiling, because then you really open up that quadricep. Big time stretch here. Release the leg. Finish it with a 3-legged. So I'm in my lunge again. 3-legged dog. Bring it in. That nice hip stretch. Step it in. Last one, we did that, number 10, bend at the knees. Come into your chair. Chair with Pilates rotation. So in my chair, I want to make sure that my knees don't move, they don't shift. I just focus on shifting the upper body, the torso. So my knees stay forward, but my upper body rotates. Look down your hand, turn up your thumb. Come back to center. Exhale. One more. Rotate. Rotate. Come back to center. I'm going to waddle to the front of my mat, lift my arms and send one leg back. So the nice long crescent lunge here. This is when you want to use up your whole mat. Use up the whole thing. You paid for it, right? So spread your legs as much as you comfortably can. Make sure your heel is up. Crescent lunge. Eye gaze on the horizon is always going to be easiest. When you look up to where wall and ceiling meet, makes it a little bit more difficult, but you feel more of a stretch. But make sure you're not straightening your back to go for the stretch. And then bring it in. Exhale to recruit your core. Hand to knee or elbow to knee. Hand or elbow. Inhale the arms back up. We're going to go down to the mat for our tibialis. Get your blocks. So we'll stretch out our shin, our calf here. Notice my spine is really long. A lot of times I'll see people here rounded. You're not doing yourself any favors with a rounded spine. Make your back as flat as you possibly can. Hinge over that straight leg. Then bring your toes towards you. Check in with your fitness flexibility. See if you can go hand or piece fingers around the big toe. Drag the heel towards you, put your foot down. Let's transition through a sun salutation. So lift up, transition through another sun sal. So the hands go down, lower, lift, down dog. Right foot goes forward, lift up. Here we are on the other side. If this is too intense, take a knee. Otherwise, stay up. Eye gaze again, easiest on the horizon. My hips are square, my shoulders are square. I send my eye gaze to where wall and ceiling meet, and I feel the stretch more in my hip flexor on the extended back leg. Hold. Definitely feel the tightness here, not good. It's not tight because I've been working on it. It's been tight because I've been keeping it short because I've been sitting too much. I hate that. I don't like inactivity. Rotate. Exhale. Recruit the core muscles before you go into your twist. One hand on top of the other. Hold. Return to center. Use your strong legs and core to return to center. Lift the arms and lower down for that tibialis stretch. I turn my blocks on the tall end. Once again, I'm a pretty good ego checker. I'm not going to lose the block just to try to be fancy. Nope. So I'm focusing on my line. I want to keep this hip in line with the toes, and I want to drive this hip down. If the hip is hiked, you don't feel the stretch, and trust me, your body goes to that default position frequently. It's easiest, so you got to kind of fight default. Toes come up. Once again, check in with your flexibility. Can you even touch your toes without shifting all your weight to the other side? Can you go peace fingers? Drag the heel towards you, place the foot down. Inhale yourself up. So you're in a crescent lunge. I'm going to turn to you so you can see form. I'm in my crescent lunge. My back foot goes down. So watch my back foot. Boom. See that? It's a really small move to go into your Virabhadrasana 1. That's a warrior 1. So I'm here, my 1, and I'll check to make sure that I'm in my warrior 1. If my hip stays square, my leg is straight, I bend the knee, that's your warrior 1. Just a quick little check. Inhale the arms up, then open up into your warrior 2. I can go a lot deeper in this pose. See if you can too. Bend the front knee. I pretend there's a cheerleader standing on my front leg. You want to make sure that the knee stays directly over the second and third toe and in line with that ankle joint. Core work here, because I need to work the core. Exhale, take your elbow to the knee, and then bring it right back up. Exhale, 9, bring it up, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then reverse your warrior. Keep the knee bent, still working that quadricep, not just elongating the side. Come back to center. We do lots of poses on this side before we transition. Straighten the leg, shift your hips and reach as far as you can forward, and then open up. You can take your hand to the inside of a block, or excuse me, the block, the inside of your leg. Just be careful with how much weight distribution you have. You want to not put all your weight on that block. Open up rather, eye gaze up. Squeeze that top glute for the alignment on this one. Open the arms out to the sides. Bring that back foot in, square it in a little bit. So it's like your legs are on railroad tracks now. Lower lift the arms 10 times, 8, 7, 6. I pretend my back and head are supporting something so my spine stays nice and flat. 3 more, 3, 2, and one. Now I'll do my revolve triangle. So my right hand goes to the hip, left hand goes down, and I look over. Now the tendency is for this hip that my hand is on, it wants to creep forward because we are smart human beings. We go to the easy default. But I want you to push that butt cheek towards the back wall. So don't let it rotate in. Push it back. And whoo-wee. Good stretch, huh? See if you can add the arm. More rotation. Drive the hip back. Open the arms out to the sides. Exhale your chin toward your shin. Now today I feel like I need support. You could interlace the hands and send them over your head if you want to. But I'm going to work on support today. So both heels are down on this one. I'm hinging over with my body over the straight leg. Now I go into a balanced pose. So I start from my runner's lunge. I push off my back foot. My hands are out in front of me. I narrow my stance to make it a little bit tougher, meaning I bring my hand more in line with my front foot. Send my arm up. Let's see if I can look to that hand. And then from here, see if you can go back to your warrior 2. Warrior 2, bend the front knee, slowly in control. All right, vinyasa to the other side. Vinyasa just means flow to the other side. Lower. So we're still in the warrior series. I'm in my crescent lunge. I straighten my front leg, I bend my back, straighten my back leg. To check my form, hip square, shoulder square. Now I bend the front knee. Now I'm in my warrior one, also known as Virabhadrasana. Warrior one. Now I open into my warrior two, even though I feel a great calf stretch on the back leg. I breathe into it, and there's more to do. Here we go. So I open up in my warrior two. Check in, don't let the belly hang out. Tuck that bad boy in, okay? We've got to recruit the core. You have to do that by tucking in your tailbone. Keep tucking out your belly. You're never going to get the core strong. So check in with your pelvis frequently. 3, 4. Every time I touch my elbow to my knee, I exhale to recruit my abdominals. My husband jokes me because sometimes I get really into it. I make faces on the exhale, but you know what? Who's got a strong core? Me. So do what I do, right? I promise you. Good body. Exhale. Exhale. When you exhale, you recruit your abdominal muscles. That's what we're doing this for. 3, 2. Notice my knee isn't moving. 1, and then reverse it. Knee still hasn't moved. I'm stretching out the core that I just worked. Little quadriceps, the forearm, my back muscle, my obliques. Stretching all that out. Come back to your warrior two. Hold. Then straighten the leg. Reach like you're reaching across the counter for something good, not bad. Open up into that triangle, your Trikonasana. So whenever you get into this pose, you want to think about your body being nice and flat. Flat up against the wall. Do it up against the wall. That's my mom calling me to come to the barn. But she's early. She's always early. Open the arms out to the sides. Lower lift the arms 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now revolve. Hand goes on hip. See if I can go down a little bit more. Take my hand to the block. There we go. Now this hip wants to creep up, but I gotta tell this hip to stay back. I'll use the block, because again, ego, no, I don't need to touch the floor. I don't have to prove anything to you. I'm here for myself and to show you how to get stronger and more flexible. So if you can touch the floor without compromising your butt cheek going back towards the wall, go for it. Green light says go. And open the arms out to the sides. Typically we take them behind the back, over the head, and hold. Today, I feel like I need a little bit more stability, and it is Sunday, so why not be a little bit more stable on Sunday? Hip square, now balance. Soften the front knee, push off, open up, half moon. Half moon. And then from your half moon, see if you can successfully, slowly, in control, go back to that warrior two. Perfect. All right, cartwheel the arms down to the mat for your plank series. Cartwheel down to the mat for your planks. So I want to work our side bodies a little bit more. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. Plank, lower down, side body. 10 of these. Ready? Reach. There's 1. Now I'm pressing big time with my hands, so you can too. Reach. Feel the love handles on your side and lower. That's 1. 2. 3, 4. I don't go down until I feel my side body. I'm demanding the muscle contraction, and then I go down. 4, 5. Let's make it harder. Up, roll to your cheek. 6. Same thing. Up, roll to the cheek. 7. 8. Side, feel the side, use your side, use your side, use your side. 9, 1 more. Again, up, feel your side body, use your side body, not your strength in your hand to lift you. Good. Reverse plank. Up and at 'em, hold. Now, eye gaze. If I look down on my toes, notice my pelvis. So I need to look to where the wall and ceiling meet. Now let's check in. Either stay here, or to make it more intense, alternate your legs. Now, I haven't done these in a while, so I'm not going to lift up too high. If you can take your leg all the way up like the letter L, do that. Slowly, though. 4, 5. These are building heat. 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side, side body. I'm turning my back to you. 10 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up, roll, 8, 2 big ones, 9, feel the side body, and then use your side body to roll to your butt cheek, and then use your core to lift the legs. All right, that was 10. On your belly, Supermans. Here we go. Supermans, kick the legs, kick the arms. Ready, pull out of water 5 times. Pull out of the water, 1, back in the water. Pull out of the water, 2, back in the water, 3, 4, 5, grab the ankles, lift and hold, knees in line with hips versus out to the sides. Good, release the legs, take it back into a little shell. Little shell. Tabletop, pigeon. One knee comes forward, slide the other leg back. Hold your pigeon. In this pose, you need to make sure that your hips are square. The tendency, again, is to lean into one side. The body always goes into this easier position, and easier isn't always best. Easier gets you out of the stretch, so you need to think square. Typically, when you square your hips, square your shoulders, you're in the right pose. Don't make it too hard. Stay low, just turn your body over the knee. Feel it in the glute. Come back to center. Lift up, option to stay, option to reach back for that ankle. Square, square, here it is again. Square shoulders, square hips. Release leg with control. Roll on hip. Bring the leg around. Give me a really good posture. Hug. Sit up as tall as you can. And turn, need one more breath here. It feels too good on this side. Can't rush this one. Back to center. Now pigeon on the other side. Just shift yourself forward. Square the hips and hold. Lift up. So I had a double whammy this week that contributed to my back pain. One, I was sedentary because I took on a job that has people sit in chairs, but I'm not doing that anymore. Done with that. I'll do the job, but I'm not sitting down in a chair. Funk that. F-U-N-K. And then yesterday we were painting fence boards. So I was in this sort of squat, contracting my abdominals, but still you can't get away from the bad positioning. Painting fence panels. And release. Bring this leg all the way around. So that's what contributed to my tightness. Sedentary, the work I was doing, and then just not doing this for a while, just getting into a new routine. So I'm right there with you. Getting into a new routine, we tend to get out of some of our good habits. So I'm getting into a good habit right now. Maybe you are too. Maybe you've been in a good habit and need a pat on the back. Good for you. Keep it up. Don't stop. Back to center. All right. We start with 3 core exercises. We end with 3 core exercises or more depending on time. But I got to skedaddle because I can see my mother at the barn waiting for me. Very patiently, of course. Okay, sit up nice and tall. Block between the legs always helps recruit the core. So ready? Roll it down. Roll it down. Touch. Roll it up. Roll it up. Did you see me jerk my head and arms? No. So you shouldn't either. Roll down sequentially, 1 vertebra at a time. Arms go above the head. Don't pop the rib cage. So just because my arms go above my head doesn't mean I do one of these like None of those. Don't do that. Lower. Squeeze the block. How hard? You can try to make an indentation. You can't squeeze the block too hard. Let's put it that way. 2 more. 1. Last one of these. Then, of course, we'll do something else. And 2. Stay down. Stay down. Okay, ready? Reach up. Dead bug. Reach up. Dead bug. Reach up. Dead bug. Or maybe you like the boat canoe version. Whatever. Just keep working, for God's sake. Who cares what it's called? 5 more. 5. Boom. 4. Boom. 3. Boom. 2. 1. Say your hands go behind that. Out of knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going to 10. 7, 8, 9. Where we finished, where we started, where we finished, whatever. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Oh, I feel better. I feel looser. I feel stronger, more mobile. Ready to go on and seize the day. If you can lie in Savasana, lie in Savasana. We always end with prune and line. Seems weird, but you scrunch up really small. Tension in all your face muscles and your whole body, tighten everything. And then lion, it's kind of silly, but you just open up and stretch. All right, way to do it. Keep it up. Keep joining me. Happy holidays. Namaste.